And once again, we're going to be joining Arkansas State Patrol in a pursuit of a suspect traveling eastbound from Oklahoma. Actually, the suspect is has been involved in some kind of money laundering investigation, and so he has the heels of the Oklahoma law enforcement officer that are in pursuit. And this Arkansas trooper Matthew Price has set up at the state line waiting for the pursuit to actually reach him. And unfortunately, before he could get the spike stick set up, the pursuit reached the trooper. And so in this video, it starts with the trooper running back to his vehicle in order to get pursuit of this chase. And so let's go ahead and get into this video, and afterwards I'll come back and give you my commentary. And once again, we're going to be joining Arkansas State Patrol in a pursuit as Trooper Matthew Price wait for the pursuit coming from Oklahoma to catch up with him. And so here we go.
29, I'm about to get on 59, I was in my 42. For counterfeit money investigation. They try to make calls to go. I won't be there in time to set up a spot, so I'll probably jump behind you here in a second.
So Arkansas trooper has caught up with this vehicle. Obviously, he's fleeing from what's like the Oklahoma officers, Oklahoma's troopers.
I'm going to say you're right at the 5 just in case he chucks it off right here. Yeah, well, I'm right on the underpass, so whenever you're getting close, you know he's not going to exit. Let me know how that's wrong. Yeah, we'll pass the 5. I'll get on. I'll be with you in a second. I'll work from that. Yeah, well, we're about to 60 eastbound. Speed 107. Go down here. Go to the 7. Simple. You want to this TVI? Simple. 7 southbound, hopping on 540. Simple, 7 southbound.
Moving for a pit, man.
TVI. Clear TVI, simple. Still southbound. Pass Cloverleaf. Simple, that's a simple pass Cloverleaf. Speed 98. Simple, speed 98. What is that 3? Hey, we're coming up to you 11. Speed 85.
11, yes, spikes out, yes or no?
Working on it.
Woo, look out.
Man, don't do that.
I don't think you get it. Sure enough. Deputy 44th Character.
We got a good pick. We got just ranked out.
Yeah, 13, 10-4, TVI rollover.
Looks like they got one male in custody.
First one comes on, have him come the wrong way, just go get it. Simple. Back, just don't go down with 3 and turn around.
How many sheep in front of him?
Car John's back, just don't go down with 3 and turn around. 11 lane. Purple.
And once again, I'd like to welcome you guys back to another episode of Patrol and Performance. And I'm your host, John Chaff. And as you just witnessed in this video, suspect has crossed state line traveling eastbound on I-40. He had Oklahoma law enforcement officers in pursuit, just about on the heels of his back end. This individual has been involved in some kind of monetary investigation. And so these Oklahoma troopers and law enforcement officers, actually there's multiple agencies, was after this vehicle. And this is a prime example of what I was saying in earlier videos, is when you cross state line, that doesn't mean that these pursuing officers that are chasing you are going to stop. And so what they usually do It's the very same thing they did in this video. Dispatch will call ahead, whether it be the next city, next county, or next state. In this situation, it was the next state. So the Oklahoma troopers dispatcher called Arkansas and informed them that they had a high-speed pursuit that was headed in their direction. And so you had this one trooper, Matthew Price, was able to get set up. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to put down the spikes due to the speed of the pursuit catching up with him before he could deploy the spikes. And so Trooper Price in turns turned around his vehicle and took over pursuit in the chase. And as you can see, the Oklahoma troopers, as Trooper Price approached, was pulling over to the right, giving the trooper leeway, simply because they was out of their jurisdiction and was into Arkansas. And so naturally, this what occurred when you enter into another jurisdiction. The pursuing officers are going to fall back while the officer in the jurisdiction that they are just entered into, they'll let him take over the pursuit. And so, like I always say, man, you don't mess around with Arkansas. Arkansas, state of Georgia, and Florida. Those state agencies are going to get you and take you out at all costs. And here's the thing: a pursuit or any kind of traffic violation is actually listed up on the criminal codes. And so a pursuit of fleeing felony, fleeing or looting falls up on a felony charge. And if you got a felony charge, that means that's something really serious. And they're going to stop you in any kind of way they can, by any means necessary. And if it takes you losing your life and offering them to stop you, hey, you better be prepared for it, because you're gonna have a bad day. If you ever are involved in such a situation, for where you feel you need to flee from law enforcement officers, especially these guys in Arkansas. And so as the Trooper Price he catches up with this vehicle, he was able to make contact with the vehicle by conducting a TBI, which again is called a pit maneuver. And the individual slammed into the side wall of the highway or the interstate, flipped over a couple of times, and to be honest with you, I'm surprised this guy wasn't seriously hurt or even dead even. Like I always say, the side of the highway, running from these law enforcement officers, these fleeing felony pursuits, man, it's not worth it. Especially if you just got a plain regular vehicle. I can see the argument
if you got a Porsche, or a Vet or a Lamborghini or something like that, where you can really stay ahead of these officers. But even then, you run the risk of being caught, simply because you cannot outrun a radio. And so even if you got the one behind you, cannot catch you due to the fact that you got a faster vehicle. You cannot outrun a radio. And some states, they even have helicopters. Some have airplanes. And so, man, it's not a good idea. You do better, no matter what circumstances you are involved in. You do better to just stop and let these people do their job. And you, if you got to go to jail, go to jail. You can get bonded out. You can get bonded out no matter, no matter what. You can get bonded out unless it's some kind of murder investigation. But even with that, you can also get bonded out if you got the money. And most of the time, a bond is only like average bond is only start like about $100. It can go up to $1 million if it's a murder case. And then you only have to put down like maybe 10%. But if it's a murder case or a homicide or some kind of investigation on that level, then see you're gonna probably have to find someone that owns a home, preferably somebody that's in your family, and they don't mind putting their home up. What smoke are you gonna find? Do something like that for you. So it's best to just walk a straight line and keep yourself out of trouble. And like I always say, man, the side of the highway is not the place to be fighting. If you can't afford an attorney, get yourself in a court appointed attorney, and just have your day in court. Or you can even represent yourself if you think you have the knowledge and courage to do so. But on the side of the highway, trying to fight law enforcement officers, men with guns, even though you might have a gun yourself, they got more guns than you got. They got more manpower than you have, and so you had a losing battle. You'll put yourself in a better position just by simply hiring yourself an attorney and going to court. I mean, who knows? Some people have beaten their cases, and I remember being involved in a couple of cases, and I thought I had the guy dead to the right, dead to the wrong, and he beat me in court. And so, hey, once he beat you in court, and you're a law enforcement officer, he get a chance to walk away free. And you'd be surprised. You have yourself a pretty good attorney. You'd be surprised what these attorneys can do. Some of them are really worth their gold and money for being able to get you off. I've seen it time and time again. You be sitting there as an officer, you sitting there looking dumbfounded. But at the time, you ain't so happy and smiling about what just happened, because this guy just beat your case. And you get back to work, and your commanding officers ask you, what happened to that case? I said, well, the judge said this, and the judge said that. He beat the case, and the judge let him go. And the commanding officer say something like, well, we got to get that judge a call, see what's wrong with him. He just talking. He ain't gonna get no judge, no call, or do nothing. Now, if he do, he gonna have a bad day. Cause here's the thing: the judicial system is not set up to where it is one entity. There's many levels to it. You got the patrol, which is the criminal elements of it, and they arrest you or what have you, and then they take you to the jail. Hell, once they take you to the jail, they ain't got nothing to do with that jail. If that jail is overcrowded and the crime that you committed was not that bad, they may let you go. You may not even have to sit down. Now, if it's a really, really bad crime, then they may not let you go. But then again, it all just depends on what city or what liberal city that you're in. Back then, I never even heard of a cashless bond. But nowadays, man, you got some of these sanctuary cities are letting criminals out with cashless bonds. The only thing I ever heard of. I mean, cause if you get a bond $500, $100, $500, and you only come up with 10%. And who don't have $50, $100, $500, to come up with a cash bond. But hey, it is what it is. But kudos again to Arkansas State Patrol for a job well done. Kudos to those patrol officers, and bad for the suspect because he looked like he was kind of shook up. But then again, this is a situation that he calls himself. And so once again, we ask you to support the channel simply by liking, sharing, and subscribing. And feel free to leave a comment down below. And that's going to bring this video to a close. And once again, we thank you for rocking with us. And see you guys in the next video.